The following presentation was recorded live in Cincinnati, Ohio for CALLERLAB's 25th Annual Convention. This is tape 3, After Parties.
Is that what seems to be working? Doug, is that okay? Those of you who are standing around on the side, please find a seat. All of you standing around on the side, either sit down or shut up. I'm talking to you, Bob. You and Bill both. Dave. If you ain't in show business, just hush. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready to start, Scott? Yes. Yeah. Are we on already? Thank you. Do you need to go? It's right outside the door. Oh, one? Okay. Good. My name is Jon Jones. Good evening, folks. Nice to have you here. No, that's not my fault. You know that the CALLERLAB Convention is going to be in Dallas next year. And that's in Texas, in case some of you didn't realize that. If you don't know where Texas is, I act alone. I don't need any help, sir. Don't squat with your spurs on. That's a hard and fast rule in Texas. Never kick a fresh cow chip on a hot date. There's two theories to arguing with a woman. Neither one works. Boo yourself. I don't really care. I don't care whether you like it or not, Gloria. Don't worry about biting off more than you can chew. Your mouth is probably a whole lot bigger than you think.
Never mind.
If you're thinking you're a person of some influence, try ordering somebody else's dog around. Never ask a Texan the size of his spread. If you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging. Never smack a man who's chewing tobacco. Oh, you don't have to play. It goes on and on and on, you know. Our first entertainer this evening from Arizona. Benson, Arizona. How about a nice hand for Bill Williams, would you?
Before he starts that tape, I had a couple of jokes to tell you to knock your hair out, but I see most of the men have already heard them, so. Ready, John? I'll sit this way. There was music on there a while ago. I may say that I don't care. Hold my head up in the air. Even tell my friends I'm glad that you don't call. But when my day is through, my heartaches start anew. And that's when I miss you most of all. And my arms keep reaching for you. back to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you done?
All right, very good. You guys are doing pretty good. You know, we didn't rehearse the applause situation, but this is the applause signal. Everybody remember? Are you ready? And that's the cutoff. So pay attention. Are you ready? Very good. You get an 8. I need a square right there. Need another square right here.
Check.
How about a nice hand for Gloria Roth? Y'all seem to forget who's running this show.
Okay. Those of you that were here last year, some of the people that are up dancing were here last year, and you may think this is what we did. It's a little different. I'm out of breath. Excuse me, I've laughed so hard so far. This is a little exercise that you can take back and use with your club. And John's son Vernon said that he's been doing this with his own club dancers. I have some sheets written out. There's many more. So those of you that are really interested can take one afterwards. I've asked for volunteers, John Chevalier, a Chevalier, and Dick Winkler from Dayton volunteered to come up and be captains, one for this team and one for that. Now, who do you consider between you two friends and your buddies is the stronger leader? Because whichever one thinks they're stronger better take the square with Ernie in it. Okay, in relation to the stage, the assignment you gentlemen are going to have, number one couple will have their back to this wall. Would you give these out, Vernon? And there's one, the larger numbers, well, you can tell who the man and the woman is. All right. Unknown to you, unknown to the dancers in the square, okay, they are going to each see one of these, and then without calling it through, they have to verbally place the dancers at the finished position, okay? Do you understand? In other words, I'm going to give you an example. Do you all have your little hoogie-dingies or whatever, okay? All right. Couple number one, raise your hand. Where are you from, sir? Where? Oh, you're Johnny Wedge, aren't you? You look like Johnny. Everybody looks alike when you get to be my age. Okay, anyway. This is New England over here. Where are you all from? You must be from California.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Great, okay. All right. They are good sports because they have to do what is said. Now, remember, John and Dick, that's hard for me to say Dick, all right? No, for other reasons. I better explain. When I did a callers thing in Dayton, he was there, and let's see, how was it? Rose? He was a thorn between two roses, okay, as he sat there, and I named him, tell him, okay, and I have called him Thorn for, it's almost, 8, 9 years now? So I had to go and ask him what his name was. I really didn't know. That's what I meant. Jeez. I'm going to give you an example now, okay? You two gentlemen come, well, I'll actually do it out loud so that you dancers and you participants or non-participants can see. If I were to say on this card that you both will see right here in the front, if I were to say on it, heads, flutter wheel, sides, flutter wheel. No, don't do it. This is what this card would say. But what you would have to do when you went back to your square would be, I don't know how you would do it, but how I would do it, I would say, gentleman 1 and gentleman 3 change places. Do it. Gentleman 2 and gentleman 4 change places. And that would be heads flutter wheel and sides flutter wheel. Do you understand now? Okay. The finished product, nothing in between. Now we'll see what you learn. Okay, you can go back now, guys. The person, and I've got Vernon, John's son Vernon, and John are going to be the what would I say, the judges as to which square gets set first. You have your paper there too?
Our papers correspond.
Yes, well, of course they do, John. You think I'd give you a wrong paper?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, keep watch, you know, between the two of you. Yeah, right. Okay. Now. Ready? Go. Can you read, Dick? No, absolutely you can't dance them through it. You weren't listening. He tried to dance them through it. You can't dance them through it. Now let Vernon check them out. For you people that are in the audience that can't really see, on this chart, I have listed 10 flash. Okay. You're just like your father, aren't you? I won. Excuse me. Do we have a pen on stage? A pen?
Safety pen?
Pen. Pen is, let's see. So that's 1 point for this team on this side. Okay. All right. Ready? Here's the number 2. Yes, you square back up. Wow, wait, look this over. Yeah, but I was just going to say, while they're looking at their next flashcard, the first call was, you should know what that is. You don't know what it was? No, you couldn't tell. Side square through. Never mind me. I'm just telling them what your last one was, okay? Do a right and left through and veer left. Well, wait, I haven't said go. Are you ready? That's exactly right. The end. Go. At the end. You don't dance them through it. You put it at the end of it. Like you did for the first one. They're going. Go. No, you don't talk to him. You. Come on, Thorne. That's probably right.
What are y'all doing over there?
Just watching.
Okay, you're too late. They're all finished. They're finished. Okay, that's 1 point. Okay, that one was. Now listen close. When John looked at it, can I say what you said? I didn't know you talked like that, so I really can't. He said, holy, when he read that. But actually, when you think about it now, those of you who can follow this, heads lead to the right, circle 4 and make a line, pass through, wheel and deal, double pass through, first couple left, next couple right. I see somebody knows. Are you a woman caller? Are you a woman caller? Good for you. Good for you. Okay, we're ready for the third one. Okay. Now be sure. Are you ready? Ready? Okay.
Still one of those sheets. I'd like to see what your sheet.
Oh, all right. In fact, this gentleman has a good idea. Some of you would like to have these sheets now. You can see what we're doing.
$1, $1. Do I hear a dollar?
Oh, God, I hate that, man.
I need a couple more. Consistent. Yes, dear.
Yeah, we just have some of
One guy.
Oops, it didn't work. Would you hand that back? Rose behind you, her, and Gay. John, when All right. That one was sides pass through and cloverleaf, and then do a double pass through. Square yourself, because they got that one. When I say the name John's team, I mean John Chevalier from Dayton, okay? Not this John's team, because John is just a judge. This John is just a judge. I mean, is a judge. Okay? Okay, we've got one more here. When you're doing this with your own club, or with your Callers Association or whatever, don't do it too long. Do you know what I mean? No, I mean, I have 10 here, and that would be far too many for here. Now, think what you're doing here. This is number 4 for you people watching.
What are we doing?
Number 4. Go. Vernon, don't. Hey, judges, don't you cheat. Vernon, you're telling them.
We're done. We're done.
You're not. Yeah, they are right.
Yeah, but we were right.
Well, we have to have one more for a tiebreaker, don't we? Come on, one more, John, for a tiebreaker. Okay, last one. There you go, tiebreaker.
Number 5. Are we starting?
Your 5, go. Well, no, go. Don't tell them. There's that. Well, they got there. Hey, Vernon, are you telling them too? No. You can see. You get the idea of the game, and you should decide on better judges the next. Hey, thank you, John. Give John and Dick. Hey, thank you to the squares, too, you guys. Thank you.
Y'all gather up your pennies and give them to Gloria. Nice hand again for Gloria Roth, putting on the show. Thank you very much. Let's go. We got a roll.
You all right?
We got to each have one. They all do. It don't matter. Come over here behind the table now.
We have just entered a new phase of the military. I'm a branch of the military that goes without description. Just let it be said that it's a military branch of the United States of America government. And I'm waiting patiently in my recruiting office with Semper Fidelity and all that kind of stuff.
Hey.
Semper Paratus. Be my guide.
Hey.
What?
I'm getting tired of doing all this work. Let's go join the Army.
What? Join the Army?
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Let's go.
Welcome, gentlemen, to the United States blank blank.
Hey.
Nice to have you in our recruiting office.
We want to join the Army.
You'd like to join?
Yeah.
At ease.
What we got to do to join?
Well, very, very tough requirements anymore in this day and age. It's only the elite.
Really?
We take only a very few good men.
We can do that.
Let's get it
like you. Well, let's see. First of all, you have to answer a very exquisitely designed test to be able to enter our services.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'll record the answers. First question. I'm not going to write on it, John. I'm just faking it. First question. He really was worried, wasn't he? First question. God is referred to throughout ages in the Bible, but God really has a name. Do you know what God's real name is?
Oh, I know.
You know?
I can do it.
You do it?
Let me answer. You got it.
All right, young man, you can answer. What is God's real name?
His name is Art. I got it.
Art.
He's right.
Well, now wait just a minute. That doesn't exactly coincide with the answer on this questionnaire.
Art.
Where in the world did you come up with the word art?
It's in that prayer.
What prayer?
Our Father who is art in heaven.
No! Out of here!
I've had a little applause before. That's about as little as I've ever had. How about a nice hand for Jerry Helt?
Thank you, John. Well, I have the title of this super duper thing that we're going to do here is entitled Stupid Magic Tricks. You ready for this? Oh yeah, somebody said. I have a paper bag here. One paper bag. Would you inspect this bag to make sure there's nothing in that bag?
It's empty.
Nothing up my sleeves. Nothing between my ears. And I have... You're a little late. I have a scarf. Black scarf. One black scarf. And I have a white scarf. One white scarf. Again, nothing up my sleeves. I would like to take the white scarf, put it in the bag very carefully. Would you like to check that? Make sure the white scarf is in the bag, right? It's there. Okay? And we take the black scarf carefully in the bag. Here we go. Want to check that for me, please? Got it. Okay? Now, the magic. Shake it up. Shake it up. It happened. The black scarf is now white. The white scarf is black. Thank you very much. Now, for my next trick in a row, I would like to, I'm looking out at this crowd, and I see a young lady right here, and this happens to be Betty. Now, I'm going to try to read your mind. Are we in trouble? I'd like to read everybody's mind out here. I'll bet you this whole crowd can't stop thinking about buffaloes for the next 5 minutes. Except Betty. Now, Betty, I want you to... Have we rehearsed this or talked about this? Okay, I got the first one right. Is that right? Okay. Betty, I'd like to send you out. See the two squares that we had here, the 16 people. I'd like you to go out and get a pizza for those two people. Now, what if you went out to get that pizza and brought it back in here? What do you think that pizza might cost? Give me a rough guesstimate for the two squares. Yeah. Correct. You got it. Very good. Wow. I'm impressed, Betty. Now, Betty, this is serious. Would you pick a number between 1 and 3 for me? Got it? You're right. Now, here comes the tough one. Betty, I want you with those numbers right there to pick one number there, but don't tell me what it is. You got it in your mind? Okay. Now, a lot of people pick 1, a lot of people pick 4, but you picked, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
How about a nice hand for Betty? With this young lady right here with a beautiful yellow blouse, would you come up here? It's all right. Don't worry. Yeah, you can come right around there. And your name is? Corrine. What a nice name. Let's have a nice hand for Corrine. Have a seat, Corrine. I will not embarrass you in any way. Absolutely not. Okay? Would everybody tell me what this letter is in unison? Very good. Would you put your right hand out, please? Okay, and I'm going to put this right here, just flat. Yeah, that's it. There you go. What was that? What was that again? It was an M, wasn't it? Yeah, M. Hear it. M. Unison. Thank you. Now, what is this? Good. Put your hand out, sweetheart. All right. Now, this one, what was this one again? Is that right?
Oh.
What is that?
W.
What is this one?
M.
Nice hand for this young lady. Thank you very much. What is this? Thank you, John.
Come on, how about a nice hand for Jerry Helt? We've always had a saying, if you don't like what's going on, go to Helt. Nice hand for Ernie Kinney.
That's enough. But it is hot, isn't it? Whew, it's hot. Turn it down a little. This thing have a volume control. Must be a Hilton. What? Stay away. I want to read a poem. Just let me read a poem, John. Don't start the music. John, don't start the music. I kind of got into cowboy poetry and cowboy songs, as most of you know. I want to read this little poem I picked up called Buck Slocum by Mr. Ronnie Godfrey. Buck Slocum checked his gear to be sure nothing had been forgot. Hat, boots, jeans, and spurs, and a bandana tied in a knot. Hung the kerchief full of grub over the horn of his saddle, mounted his horse, and waved to the house, and rode off to check on the cattle. He knew the limits of his range and the distance his horse could carry. In an easy-going lope, he rode out the gate. He didn't have time to tarry. Over to the fire plug, then up to the tree that grew in his neighbor's yard, then to the mailbox, and back to the porch. A cowboy's work sometimes is hard. He stopped for a bite of something to eat over by the shrubs and the roses. This is how real cowboys did it, eating on the ground, he supposes. He gets back on old stick and heads off easy. He's got to finish his chore. He knows the range will be bigger next year, but of course, by then, he'll be 4. This kind of an Eddie Arnold song. I hope it works out right. I'm not sure of the band back here, but... How many are you old enough to know about Eddie Arnold? 3. That's what I thought. 3 that admit it. I got it. Remember this song? How many arms, would you turn it over, please, have held you? It would be much easier. It would be much easier to do it with him, though.
We had a good start, didn't we? How many arms have held you and hated to let what's at you go? How many, I wonder, but I really don't want to know. How many lips have kissed you and set your soul aglow? How many, I wonder, though I really don't want to know. So always make me wonder, and always make me guess, and even if I ask you, darling, don't confess, just let it remain your secret. But darling, I love you so. No wonder, I wonder, though I really don't want to know. Thank you. Seemed like the voice wasn't there, didn't it?
Thank you very much, Ernie.
What did you do with my record? You steal them? I borrowed these, you know. Good job.
Here we go.
Good job.
Oh, my God. I do believe, looking out the window of my recruiting office, that I see the same two idiots approaching my recruiting office. Oh, my gosh, our country has gone to pot.
Hey,
What?
let's go back in there and try it again.
Okay, I
All
can
right,
do it.
here we go.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. What can I do for
We
you?
want to join the Army.
Yeah, I see you do. At ease. At ease, yes, sir. Well, I hate to tell you, but the test has not changed.
Oh,
We still have to pass this test. For you to be able to enroll in our nation's Army, you must still pass this examination. Are you ready?
yep.
First question.
All right.
God is known by us all throughout many times of studies during the past years as we studied. But what is God's real name?
I think I got it this time.
Okay,
I got it. Can I try this time?
Mine wasn't right, so try whatever you
I got it. I know.
All right, let's have it.
His name is Howard.
That's it.
Is that
We
it?
got it. Hey, we got
You
it. Huh? We got it.
Hey,
Did you say Howard?
That's
Howard.
what he said.
Yep.
You got wax in them ears?
Now, I hate to tell you, but that is not the answer that I have on this
Yeah, it
examination
is.
page.
Howard's his name. I know.
How did you come up with the word Howard?
It's in the Lord's Prayer.
What do you mean it's in the Lord's Prayer?
Yeah, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Oh, my God. That'll never work. That'll never work.
Probably be the best part of this tape. Where's my next act? No. Bill Peterson. Where is Bill Peterson? How about a nice hand for Bill Peterson?
There's an old adage in show business, never follow an animal or a kid act or a recruiting story. Okay, I had a skit for you, but I decided since they're all doing skits, I collect little lists of things that you can use at after parties and stuff like that. I call them fillers because they fill in between your other events going on. Sometimes there are lists of questions that they ask high school students about math and science and things like that, and they always come up with some very unusual answers. This is one about a group of people that we all, I think at one time or another, rate close to used car salesmen. It's called about lawyers. And this is the little thing here. This is a list of things that recently was reported in the Massachusetts Bar Association Journal. These were stupid questions asked by lawyers of witnesses during trials. Okay? First one says, now, doctor, isn't it true that when a person dies in his sleep, he doesn't know about it till the next morning? Next one he said, the youngest son, the 20-year-old, how old is he? I love this next one. Were you alone or by yourself? Give that one some thought. And I love this one. Were you present when your picture was taken? If it wasn't you, who was it? You know? I love this one. It's how far apart were the vehicles at the time of the collision? Wait a minute now. Prior to it or during it? Okay. Here's one. You were there until the time you left. Is that true? Well, let me think about that one a little bit here. Okay? I love this one. How many times have you committed suicide? Well, let's see. There was last week I tried, but, couldn't do it. All right. This is the one I like. This guy, obviously, prior to becoming a lawyer, was not a math major. Question. She had 3 children, right? Answer. Yes. How many were boys? None. Were there any girls? Let me think about it a little bit. 3 minus 0 is no. All right. Question. I love this one. You say the stairs went down to the basement. Yes, they did. And those stairs, did they go up also? Wait a minute. I got to think about that a little bit. Sometimes the witnesses, they get a little antsy and they are mocking of the lawyers, and they start to answer back in little terms. Do you recall the time that you examined the body? Yes, the autopsy, it started around 8:30 p.m. And Mr. Denning was dead at the time? Well, if he wasn't, he looked at a great deal. That's for sure. So the guy said, was he dead at the time? So the answer was, no, he was sitting on the table wondering why I was doing an autopsy. This is one of my favorites here. You were not shot in the fracas? No, I was shot midway between the fracas and the navel. That leaves a lot of imagination, doesn't it? The ladies are thinking north of the fracas, and the guys were thinking south, I think. All right. I love this one, too. Doctor, how many autopsies have you performed on dead people? Answer, all my autopsies are performed on dead people, obviously, as such. These are the type of things that you can convert into fillers. I had a little story in a little skit I was going to do for you, but rather than do it, I would just tell you a story. It's about this reverend who was new in town, Baptist minister, and he was trying to create a new church. So he went up from door to door, and he knocked on the door. In the first door, a man answered, and he said, and just as soon as he opened the door, the man said, Conway Twitty. He says, no, I'm not. I'm Reverend Peterson. And he says, no, you look just like Conway Twitty. He says, but no, he says, I'm not. He says, I'm the Reverend from the New Baptist Church, and our church meets right down to the corner. We have 2 services and everything. He says, well, that's fine. He says, but you still look just like Conway. He said, well, I'm sorry. He says, but please come out and join us. So we walked to the next house and knocked on the door. And a little short man came up, and he looked at me and said, aren't you Conway Twitty? He said, no. He says, I'm Reverend Peterson. He says, and I'm new church right down at the corner. He says, please come out and join us. He said, no, but I heard your records. You was really great. You was Conway. And he said, no. Well, he walked down a little farther down the street, knocked on the door, and there was no answer. So he knocked a little harder, and he heard someone coming down the stairs. And the door opened, and here was a lady who had just taken a shower. She had this towel on like that, and she said, Conway Twitty. He said, hello, darling. All right. You can also tell that story. You can also tell, we do that as a skit, but you can also do it as Nat King Cole. And, of course, the final answer is Ramblin' Rose. Okay, thank you very much.
How about a nice hand for Bill Peterson? Thank you, Bill. On to him.
Hello. I like this one better. Oh, you smart alecky. Oh, my God, look at the same 2 guys again. I'm here in my recruiting office of the United States of America, and those same idiots are out there.
Let's go try it again.
Not you again.
We can do it. We're going to join Army.
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Join Army.
Oh, at ease. Okay. One more time, I'm going to try to get you guys in our service. All right. Question number 1. We have never gotten to 2. Number 1. God is mentioned numerous times in the Bible. We all know God is God, but what is God's real name?
I know it.
You got it this
I know it.
You promise?
Yep, I know it.
We done missed it twice.
I know it.
You got it this time?
I know it. I said
What
I know
is it?
Well, tell it.
Andy.
Oh, my God.
That's it. And his name is Andy.
The answer on this sheet of paper does not say Andy.
Is Andy.
Where in the world did you come up with the word Andy?
From the song.
What song?
Andy walks with me, Andy talks with me.
This is an educational program. Yeah. I failed to introduce the characters that are in this skit that we're trying to do. And the one here with the baseball cap on is Melton Luttrell.
The Army cap.
The Army cap. And the other dummy over there is my son, Vernon. How about a nice hand for Bob Howell?
Yes, I sure will. Thank you. Where's Bob Osgood? Is Robert Osgood out there? Bob, can you come up here for just a minute? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to, this fella's had me in skits out in stitches, but in skits out at the Seal Bar. He's been quite a skitter, and I've been the victim of many of them. So tonight I'd like to retaliate. Yeah, I'm going to fix his clock. No, first and foremost, come on, Bob, there's stairs over here. I don't know whether you folks, any of you know this young man, but Bob Osgood is probably the reason we're all here tonight. You talk about leadership. He put it all together about 50 years ago. Come out here, Robert, where they can see you, all of you. That's for sure. I want you all to help me. You know, I like audience participation, and tonight we're going to have it. Because I want you to help me on account of because this month, this young man becomes 80 years old. I'm a friend forever. So help me. No, really, for any of you that may have traveled the world, and I've been on every continent in the world except one, and this stunt didn't work on there, so I didn't go. It didn't work in Antarctica, but that's the only continent I've missed. But I want you to help me tonight, because what we're going to do, I've got, we travel light. These are my props tonight, kids. This is what I brought from up at the northern end of Ohio. But I want you to help me, if you will. Robert, what I'd like for you to do, take your right hand for me and make me a fist and look at it. Will you? Look at that fist.
Even equal time.
Do you hold that tight? What I've done for the benefit of those on the tape, I have taken 3 paper matches and stuck them between Bob's knuckles of his right hand, and I said I liked participation, so if you will, folks, come on, it's got to work.
Oh.
Sing it! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby. Happy birthday to you. I'm not through. That's traveling light, isn't it? He thinks he's all through, but he isn't, because I haven't given him his gift yet. I've got one more match here someplace. John, would you help me? I have one more hand. That's it. I got one more match, and for the benefit of those on the tape, I'm going to take this match, I hope, and I'm going to take this match and I'm going to turn it upside down, and if I can, I'm going to split it right down the middle. I better take my jackknife, hadn't I? Huh? Don't go away, folks. Anybody got a good story? Here you go. I'm going to take this match, and I'm going to split this match right down the middle. Here we go. That's it. Now I'm going to tear it about halfway down. Now you folks in the front row can see this, but the others back there may have to use their imagination just a little bit. And I'm going to take it and make it look almost like one of those whirly things, those whirly birds, you know. It's torn halfway down. Now, Bob, I want you to take and put this right one in your right hand like this, and the left one in your left hand like that. Now just hold it right there. That's it. Now hold the other end right there. Now, I want to give him a gift, and I'm going to tell you what he's got. What I want you to do, I want you to, if you will, stomp your right foot twice and cough. Doggone it. Do it again. One more time.
My friend.
I think your motor scooter ran out of gas. Come on, Ray.
Bob Howell and Bob Osgood. Give us a second.
Henry? Henry? What you want, Elijah?
Henry, I need some water so I can wash these potatoes.
Some water?
Yes.
Well, how am I going to get the water, Elijah?
Fetch me some water.
Well, what am I going to fetch it in, Elijah?
Get a bucket, Henry. Try a bucket.
There's an old in the bucket, dear Elijah, there's an old in the bucket, dear Elijah, there's an old.
Well, fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Well, fix it, dear Henry, fix it.
With what shall I fix it, dear Elijah, with what shall I fix it, dear Elijah, with what?
With a straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a straw, dear Henry, dear Henry. Get a straw.
Give me the damn straw. Thank you. The straw is too long, dear Elijah, the straw is too long, dear Elijah, too long.
Well, cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Well, cut it, dear Henry, cut it.
With what shall I cut it, dear Elijah, with what shall I cut it, dear Elijah, with what?
With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry. Get a knife.
The knife is too dull, dear Elijah, the knife is too dull, dear Elijah, too dull.
Well, sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Well, sharpen it, dear Henry, sharpen it.
With what shall I sharpen it, dear Elijah, with what shall I sharpen it, dear Elijah, with what?
On a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. On a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry. Try a stone.
The stone is too dry, dear Elijah, the stone is too dry, dear Elijah, too dry.
Well, wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Well, wet it, dear Henry, wet it.
With what shall I wet it, dear Elijah, with what shall I wet it, dear Elijah, with what?
With water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With water, dear Henry, dear Henry. Try water.
With what shall I fetch it, dear Elijah, with what shall I fetch it, dear Elijah, with what?
In a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. In a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry. Get a bucket.
There's an old in the bucket, dear Elijah.
One more. Let's go.
Oh, no. Not at this recruiting office. Not again.
We're going to go get a job. We're going to go get an Army one more time.
Let's go.
I think
so
we'll make it this
we
time.
can do it.
All right.
We do it.
Let's get it.
Lord, what wrath have you bestowed upon me?
We want to join our
Eddie's.
We're going to get in. We can get in this time.
I've decided that Art and Howard and Andy will do.
Oh, all right.
All right. In fact, I think what I'll do is just go ahead and induct you guys. I cannot stand any more of this. Wait just a minute.
We got to get you.
I'll get your uniforms. Just a minute. I'll get you started out to your uniforms and send you to boot camp. Just a minute. I'm going to walk over here to the supply room, and I'll be back.
Where's he going? And what do I do what do I say when he comes back?
He said that he's going to get us uniforms.
Okay, I can get one of them.
And you're so dumb, you don't own nothing.
Okay, I agree with that too.
Whatever number I give, you give the next number, okay?
The next one.
Whatever number I give, you give the next number.
I can do that.
And that'll work.
Okay, gentlemen,
all right.
I got a stack of supplies right here. First of all, you, sir.
Yeah.
First of all, all right. What shoe size do you wear?
9.
10. All right. Here's a 9 and here's a 10.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Look over down. What pant size do you wear there, sir?
36.
37. 36, 37. Right here. 36 and 37. Got that. That's
All right.
great. Shirt size. What size you wear, sir?
34.
35. 35. Got that right here. 34. 35. Let's see now then. What hat size you wear, sir?
6 and 7/8.
9, 10, 11.
Time out just a second, okay?
Mom.
The pill didn't work. This is Carl Brandt. Who's your partner, Carl?
Betty Vale.
Betty Vale and Carl Brandt. Take a bow, guys. I need the next character.
He gets home tonight, I'm going to rip his head off and spit down his neck.
Well, I came in as the sun came up. She glared at me over her coffee cup. She said,
"Where you been?"
I thought real hard. I fell asleep in the hammock in the yard. And she said,
"You don't know it, boy, but you just blew it."
I said, well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story. Hey, that's my story. I ain't got a witness, and I can't prove it. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, I got that deer in the headlight look. She read my face like the cover of a book.
Don't expect me to believe all that static, 'cause just last week I threw that hammock in the attic.
My skin got so thin you could see right through it, and I stuttered and said, well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story. That's my story. Hey, that's my story. I ain't got a witness, and I can't prove it, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. My house, I'll do what I dang well please, and I ain't gonna pay no attention to her. Listen, you know the time comes when a wise man knows the best thing he can do is look her in the eye and beg for mercy and face the bitter truth. Well, honey, me and the boys, we played cards all night. There wasn't no hanky-panky, there wasn't a woman in sight. I know I should have called, honey, and I'm real sorry, but if you get a cell phone, you wouldn't have to worry. You know how much I love you, and I'm ready to prove it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story. Hey, that's my story. I ain't got a witness, and I can't prove it, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know, darling, I wouldn't do a thing unless you approve it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Deborah Parnell. Y'all don't mind waiting another couple of minutes, do you? Huh? I've asked Deborah to sing a song. Deborah Parnell. How about a nice hand for everybody that was in the after party tonight, okay? Thank you all very much. Go shop with the vendors downstairs. Thank you. You may leave. I got no use for you anymore.